All right, everybody. Let's talk about the best Facebook ad strategy for 2024. And let's talk about three things that you need to know. Number one, sustainability versus short term results. Number two, how to use automation and AI to be very successful, to make more money and work less. And number three, what is the difference between performance and growth marketing? So we're going to dive into all of that today. Plus, take all of your questions. So if you're watching on YouTube, you can super chat and we'll take all of your questions. And I'm going to go through all of the comments that we've received over the last week or so on YouTube. So first, we're going to do understanding why things are tough right now. Then we're going to unpack everything else we talked about. So, why do your Facebook ads struggle right now? Is it the economy? Sure. Why not? Is it because Facebook doesn't like you? No. Is it because the Olympics? No. Is it because the election? Maybe. Here's the simple thing that unfortunately nobody's talking about, and you need to know. Right now, is the middle of August, beginning to middle of August. We are 3 weeks into the hardest time for all marketing on all channels, organic and paid, for everybody in the northern hemisphere of the planet Earth. And that is for three simple reasons. Number one, inventory. People are on their devices, their phones, their laptops, less often and for shorter periods of time during this time of the year than they are at any other time. In fact, time on device, time on site is directly correlated to the amount of time the sun is in the sky. That's a fact. So we have smaller amounts of inventory. Number two, buying behavior. Right now is the weakest consumer buying intent period of the year. People are spending less money on themselves and others in the last 2 weeks of July and first 2 weeks of August. That has been a known economic fact going over 100 years now. And third, demand. Not only is there fewer amount of people on devices that are spending less money, and they're on the devices less often, but big brand advertisers are ramping up their ad budgets. And yes, the Olympics, and yes, politics, the election have something to do with this, but also big brands like the big box stores, like the stores at the malls themselves, and online retailers like Amazon and Temu and all brands like that. They are spending more aggressively now than they were in the first week or two of July. And that's because a lot of them have quarterly budgets. And they didn't spend all of it right away. They were testing to see what worked. Then Amazon Prime Day hit. Then they slowed down. Now they've tested which ads are working, and they're scaling up their budgets because they're thinking quarterly, they're thinking annually, and they don't need to make money with the money that they spend. They're talking about trying to buy eyeballs and competing with each other for market share. So you are dealing with an issue where you are saying your Facebook ads don't work anymore. And it's not that they don't work. It's that the cost of doing business is the most expensive it will be all year long. Look at your CPMs. And the desire for your total addressable market to spend money on what you have to sell is the lowest it will be all year. Now, the beautiful thing is we know this. We've known this every year. This is going back over 100 years. And if you do nothing in 2 weeks from now, you're going to have better results than today. In a month from now, you're going to see better results than today. The system isn't broken. It's behaving exactly as we know it would. So I want to lead off with that. And at Disruptor School, we just finished a calendar that we're going to make available so that you know how every month behaves. And so you can appreciate that. Now it'll be available to everybody in the Facebook Ads MBA program. And by the end of today, it'll be available in Disruptor School Inner Circle by early next week. And it'll be available for everybody else shortly thereafter. We just got to roll this stuff out, right? So all that to be said, if you got questions, drop them in the chat. Super chats jump the list. What I'm going to do right now, though, is we're going to go to YouTube and we're going to answer a bunch of comments. And then we're going to come back to those other 3 points that we talked about earlier. So number one, let's just dive into answering your questions because you've had them all week and they deserve to get answers. So this one comes from Maxi3311 from 21 minutes ago. This is the step-by-step campaign guide for DPA ads, ideal campaign setup. Is it better to have 2 different ad campaigns for 2 different products, perfumes and hairstyling products, or to better have only 1 campaign and 2 ad sets? Thank you. So when you're running catalog ads, DPA ads, primarily, I don't generally have too many catalog ad campaigns running at the same time. I will have generally made a choice on whether or not I'm running CBO or ABO. And remember, catalogs is where it's okay to potentially run ABO. What I need to understand is there a business difference in the value of a perfume versus a hairstyling product buyer? Is there a substantial difference for me? And if so, I might break them out. But if the point is to reduce my blended CPA, then there's no reason to separate them. If the point is to reduce my customer acquisition cost, then there's no point to separate them. In fact, we can have them compete against each other, and we're going to know that one of them is better or worse at doing that job. And we can have those different product sets compete in a single campaign and ultimately let what does best for our business and what best for our business partner win out. That's how you should run your Facebook ad account. So ultimately, Maxi, I think it comes down to understanding what your business objectives are. And the reason that I would have them as 2 separate campaigns is because I've defined that they have different values and because I've maximized the volume on what is more valuable. Or because they have completely different business objectives. In this case, maybe perfume is a CPA play and hairstyling products is a customer acquisition cost play. And I'm running them both at different budgets with different goals and different conversion objectives at the campaign level, at the ad set level. Or I'm just letting one run as like a cost control at like 10, 15% of my budget. Like, hey, if I can make a sale, great. Other than that, I'm just trying to get everything else going through normal operations. And forgive me, I'm definitely getting over being sick for like 3 weeks. So if I'm talking a little slow, if my sound's a little congested, it's because I am. But yeah, anyway, hopefully that answers that question. All right, let's get to the next one. Great insights. This is from our chat we had, Next Level Ad Strategies, Revolutionizing Digital Marketing with AI, a live we had earlier. And this is a chat that I had with Robert Rahill, now of Fermat, and Ash of Obvi, talking about marketing strategies. And I was coming in talking about how I use AI and automation to really focus on leveraging Facebook in the way it was designed to be used. And this is off of an episode of a podcast called Ad Spend. So here, this is like more just like not so much a question, just some positive feedback. Appreciate it. Clear explanation of AI tools can enhance marketing strategies. And we're going to talk more about this later today. I love how you highlighted real-world examples of AI in action, showing its potential to drive the results. The focus on staying ahead of the curve by integrating AI in digital marketing efforts is a valuable takeaway. Thanks for sharing such cutting-edge content. I love it. I appreciate that. And full disclosure, that is a podcast from 2.5 years ago, pushing strategies that I'm seeing more and more cutting-edge thought leaders begin to propose as a fix once they now realize that the cost caps are broken because it's the end of the summer, Christopher T. Kyle Gold, love it. So happy you love that video. This video, by the way, fantastic value. I highly recommend people check it out. It has been super and just looking at the reception, people have been loving it. So very, very happy that people are loving it. Okay. First of all, really appreciate your work. As in this greedy world, you are giving back to society for free through though to some extent. Yes. Tells the humanity still alive. Yes, I do charge for certain things. This is our cheat code when we're talking about, in this video, we talked about how to leverage Instagram ads, specifically not even using the ads manager in Facebook, and also not using the boost post button, and pairing that with ManyChat automation to scale your business, especially when focusing on local business and lead gen and small mom and pops, and how to improve your organic social media so that you can improve your overall CPMs across paid and improve your conversion rates and the quality of the audience that your ads get shown to. Because let's be fair, most people don't seem to give a damn about their organic social. They're just looking at performance. And again, performance versus growth, big difference, and something we will address in a little bit here today. Quick question. You're saying that if we boost organic post reel, that will indirectly train the algo of using which we are using conversion ads. Yes. Keeping in mind this scenario, can we boost multiple reels of multiple products, let's say A, B, and C, at the same time and running conversion ads in parallel for the same products, A, B, and C? Will the algo still get trained for the respective product conversion ads? Should we only boost one post at a time to leverage our conversion ad for the same product? I'm not going to begin to try to unpack the username here because I'm sure it's actually just somebody's name. I'll say this. You can promote multiple products and multiple offers with your Facebook, with your efforts on these Instagram ads. Sorry, not Facebook. With your efforts here to promote these individual offers, and you will see a lift in how those ads perform on your normal everyday Facebook ads. Absolutely. Now, all that to be said, do you want to get better at doing 3 things where you go from a C+ to a B-? Or do you want to focus on getting an A+ in one thing? And in general, you should only be promoting multiple offers if you don't know what your best offer is, or if you have multiple offers, in this case, maybe a customer acquisition cost offer and then a lifetime value offer. And then if it's a lifetime value offer, why are you spending nearly as much money on paid social to promote it when it's a business model effort? And the right answer to that question might be because right now customer acquisition cost is too high, so we're leveraging cash flow instead of potential energy. Remember, new customers, you are buying leads. With LTV, you are extrapolating the value of those leads. And based on overall operational costs, you might have different primary objectives for your business based on seasonality. So I'm totally fine with you boosting stuff, and to be fully transparent, I boost multiple things all the time. I probably have 10 things going boosted right now. but they're almost all pushing one specific effort, which for me, if you go to any of my Instagram posts, is the Begin to Win bundle. And I'll share it here just to share it, but it'll bring you to this. Right? If you go to Disrupt Your School, the Begin to Win bundle, if you scroll on down here, it's this, the Begin to Win. This is $7 for 7 days. And then after that, it's $50 a month. And this gets you in the Begin to Win. You're going to learn how to set up your Facebook ad account to be stable and projectable and scalable. You're also going to learn how to work on offer construction and measure unit economics so you can know what product you should be promoting and how to best capitalize on your cash flow. Plus, there's an AI bot built off of all the education we have in Disruptor School and all of the classes we've had in Disruptor School Inner Circle and all the master classes and all the SOPs. Plus, there's a private community of folks that's closing in on 2,500 people. And that's $50 a month if you want to join. $7 for a 7-day trial, cancel anytime. I'm using that on my paid social because of 3 reasons. I'm using that on my organic social and my Instagram ads for 3 reasons. First off, you don't know who I am based on Instagram. You might have only seen 1 or 2 posts. For $7, you're going to get to see, does this person make sense, right? I can earn your trust with something that like, hey, look, this didn't work out, screw it, or oh my God, this is amazing. In which case, can you earn an extra $1.50 a day over a month, and then basically that $50 a month paid for itself? Can I earn you $2 more a day? And the answer is overwhelmingly yes. So the $50 a month investment is a no-brainer. And then from there, I can work on helping you get to Disruptor School Inner Circle and ultimately to the Facebook Ads MBA program if that's your journey. And, you know, I don't want to get too sidetracked with all this stuff because we have a lot of questions. And so anyway, that's why I'm promoting that. And that is the primary effort. We also have masterclass drops. So, you know, every week we drop new masterclasses, and we have a new one this week that has come out around customer feedback. I'll just share this real quick. This masterclass we have right here is here we go. Boom. Sorry, this one. So we have this creative strategy via customer feedback. So this is from the one and only Fraser Coachell of Fraggle Productions, at Sour Fraser on Twitter. And this is basically how he uses customer feedback to inform creative strategy to make ads that spend 6-7 figures. This is how the best in the world do their job. This is everything you need to know. Your key takeaways are going to be understanding sentiment, identifying use cases, highlighting pain points, extracting keywords and phrases, creating authentic stories. So I have something on my Instagram right now that is specifically focused on that. And this right here is the post for it. And this will be promoted as well, just to get traffic to that. Because I have on my Facebook ads, catalog ads to show people what they want to see. This is to get more traffic to that initial offer if people like it. And then the catalog ads and customer journeys solve themselves. And ultimately, people keep shopping around on all of the master classes and like, screw it, I just joined the Inner Circle for $1,000. I can get all access to like dozens of master classes, and it makes no sense to pay for them ad hoc when I can get all of them. And at that point, can I make you an extra $50 a day because you joined the Inner Circle? And the answer to that is an overwhelming yes, in which case you should just be paying it and going away happy. So that is what we're focused on. Now, let's get to, I made a couple promises on the top and I want to deliver them. So AI and automation and the strategies that are working right now. So number one, we talked about is understanding, what are you trying to do? What does not work, has not worked, and will not work unless the market is in your way, and unless the market is coming your way and future cash flow is not your goal. What does not work is running cost caps, to a bunch of different offers that all have a positive contribution margin and focusing on day one profitability. That is not how you run Facebook ads. That is not how you run a business. That is how you become a salesperson. Salespeople are focused on day one profitability. Building a business is about accessing future cash flow at a profit, understanding how to do so, and then amplifying the volume of profit that you make. Profit margin and profit volume are very different things. Instead of promoting 10 different offers that all have a positive contribution margin, promote the one offer that most successfully gets people to buy a second time and make a profit on that. It might make a smaller profit, but imagine what happens when those people buy a second time. Hey, that's free money. What if I spent 50% of that free money on more ad spend? Well, then every single day I can probably increase my budget. And what if that free money ends up being $5,000 a day, $50,000 a day? We did this at 310 Nutrition, and we went from a $2,000-$3,000 budget at a 2.5 day one to a $30,000 to $50,000 a day budget, and honestly, in Q5, a $250,000 a day budget at a 0.8. We can afford to do that. Not because we need to wait for the LTV, but because, remember, when people are talking about needing to be first order profitable, it's because they're telling you our business isn't good enough to get any sale without an ad. And the marketer that tells you need to be first order profitable is doing so because they're not able to prove their value outside of how much credit they can take for the rest of your team's marketing efforts and your business operations. If your business sees no revenue without Facebook ads, don't spend money on Facebook ads. Figure out how to make money as a business. Use some of that money to invest in your Facebook ads. That's how you scale a brand. That is the marketing strategy that works on Facebook because Facebook amplifies your business model. It is not your salesperson. It is a volume knob. And once you wrap your head around the idea that Facebook allows me to acquire more people of a similar type and motivation and quality and value, that's its role, then all of a sudden you stop doing 1 million bits of creative testing. You stop launching 100 ads a week. You stop promoting dozens and dozens of offers, and you start making a lot more money. And the amount of money you make every day without running ads goes up. And that is how you scale a business. So that's what you need to really be focusing on. That is your number one value takeaway from this. Now we're going to get into AI and automation. And we're going to get into performance and growth here in a minute, but I want to get back to answering some more questions here because they're very valuable. And I see some stuff stacking up in the live chat, and we'll get to some of those. We'll wrap up with the live chat and questions today. Okay. Super chats get bumped up to the top of the list, but everybody else in the live chat will save the end of the call and you will get addressed. Okay. So stick around. Some of these things have been, you guys have been here for 15 minutes, 10 minutes. These have been standing for like a day or longer. So let's knock more of these out. Okay. Next. Oh, forgive me. I'm still sick. Okay. This is a video on what is estimated action rate. And by the way, if your guru or ad agency or coach cannot explain to you estimated action rate in a minute or less, it's probably because they have no clue what they're talking about. And I'll put my money where my mouth is, and I explained it all in this video here, so you can go check it out. Literally just go to my YouTube channel and type in what is estimated action rate. You're going to get an in-depth answer. But you know what? I'll call myself out and explain it in 60 seconds or less after we get to this question. Julia, I'm so grateful I finally found you. I'm genuinely so grateful I found you and your content. Thank you, Julia. Jumped on a Meta Ads course in May, and I sensed after 1 month it's not cutting it in terms of being up to date and providing actual real value. Bruh. So right now I'm spending time binging your content instead of the course I invested in. Well. If I didn't take the course, I would be on your page making a long and detailed comment. Haha. So not completely wasted, I guess. Whew. Julia, I love it. I appreciate it. Julia, if you watch this, I'll give you that begin to win bundle that we have. I'll quote me on this, Julia, and message me if you're interested. I'll give you that first 7 days for free. I mean, it's $7, but it's the least I can do to say, hey, look, check it out. And if you like it, then it's $50 a month after that. And let's see if we can't double that money and start paying off this course that you jumped into and getting you the support that you need and the community that you deserve to be a part of. And yeah, let's make it work for you. My hope is that by giving me a few dollars, we can pay off the investment you made somewhere else and then get you to where you want to go. Now, estimated action rate. Every Facebook ad is a web page. Facebook is measuring that web page based on the click-through rate, the bounce rate, the stickiness. Every Facebook ad, based on all of the engagement metrics that we just talked about, creates its own lookalike audience on who that ad best appeals to. That ad is ultimately measured by something we call an estimated action rate. And the people that your ad is shown to, where that ad ultimately, when Facebook decides who to show your content to, is based on the estimated action rate of that ad and the match rate of that ad to that individual. When you can't scale your ads anymore, or when you try to bump your budget and surf and do all these other stupid things, it's not working for you because you are trying to push that ad to people where the estimated action rate is below the level that is effective for you to be successful. Let's get to the next question. Hey, Charlie, I'm confused about how you're defining a conversion. Now, this is in my how to actually know what sells with custom conversion events, where I literally show you how to build custom conversion events to understand, instead of just a purchase, you can know what's actually selling, right? I talk about masterclasses in Disruptor School, but Dennis asked, can I win the spinning wheel? Dennis, I feel like you did the other day. I don't know, but can I win the spinning wheel? We're not having one of those today, but we will be doing another live where we will. So don't you worry, Dennis. We'll get to it. But check out the other lives. I'm almost certain you won one the other day. In my head, you did. So if I'm wrong, hold me accountable. But let me know. So the point is, if you're selling, for instance, earlier we said, we had the question about perfume versus hair care. Well, when you get a purchase, cool. What'd they buy? Well, I'm promoting hair care. Yeah, sure. You're promoting that. But what did they buy? Well, I'm promoting this product. Okay. If I put up a billboard for a Big Mac and that makes me want to go to McDonald's, and what if I buy a McFlurry or chicken nuggets and a shake? The point is, ads don't make people buy the product that you're selling. They get somebody's attention to go to your website. Ads don't make sales. They amplify your business, right? So this video, we actually walk through, I share my ad account, and I literally build a custom conversion event live during that video. So go check it out. It's called What to Actually Know, How to Actually Know What Your Ad Sells with Custom Conversion Events. Check it out. Very valuable. So according to the video, visiting a product page or a masterclass page is a conversion because it triggers a view content event with the additional parameter of content ID. However, using content IDs for different masterclasses in your custom conversion events. I'm concerned that this means that visiting a masterclass page or product page, even without purchasing it, will be counted as a custom conversion. This is because any visit to a masterclass page or product page will trigger a view content event with an additional parameter content ID. Do I understand this correctly? No, you don't, but I love the question. Amazing question. So when you look at it, I'm using the content ID, and I'm using the view to grab the content ID. I am looking when I go to the web page of the view content, shows me the content ID. Now, in the custom conversion event, I say that when a purchase occurs, if the purchase contains content ID, then that means we bought that product. The content ID that is shown when you view the page, when you add to cart, and when you purchase is all the same. I'm just showing you in that tutorial, which you should 100% look at. I mean, that tutorial alone will solve like 1,000 questions and debunk a bunch of like influencer and guru, like cost cap mafia nonsense. I'm showing you the easiest way using the Facebook Pixel Helper, I guess now Meta Pixel Helper, to identify what that content ID is. That is the same when it's view content, add to cart, or purchase. We're just saying, hey, this view content, the content ID that we identify when viewing the page, if somebody buys with that, consider it a purchase of that item. Which, for those that didn't watch the video, might be a little confusing, but this is there to answer the questions of everybody who did. So go check out that video. If you don't have custom conversion events in your ad account, you have no idea what you're spending your money on. You have no idea what you're selling. You might think you do, but you have no idea. Okay. Hey, I have a question. No matter what I do, my ad quality is always at 35% below average. Sorry, I wasn't laughing at you. I was about to cough. I actually relate to that. My ads, in my estimation, is good and is converting pretty well. CPA is also good. Engagement ranking and conversion ranking is also above average. Why is this the case? I have produced many creative, and never once is the ad quality ranking go average, despite conversion ranking and engagement ranking being above average. Is this something to worry about or no? I love it. I was gonna get to an answer, and then you answered it yourself. First off, ad quality. It's nice to have a good ad quality, but ad quality and money are two very different things. It's like when people talk about hook rate. Improve your hook rate. Why? Well, so your ad gets shown to more people. Sure. Are they going to buy? Do you want to go viral? Do you want 1 million people to see your ad and none of them have any interest in purchasing your product? Does it matter if your ad quality is a 35, but your CPA is good? And I love it, just the way my Zoom happens to be stacked. My ad quality is at 35 below average. CPA is good. Sounds like you don't have a problem. And one of the things I tell people all the time is identify if you actually have a problem. I can't tell you how many times people get into trouble trying to solve problems they don't have. That is like, that is what you like. The overwhelm. I can't tell you how many times people just is so wasteful. Like, why are you running cost caps to 7? Why are you running cost caps to 10 different products? Well, because we need to make money on everything. No, you don't. You need to make money on one thing. Well, why are you launching 100 ads? Well, because we need winning ads all the time because our new ads always fatigue. No, they're not. If you stopped launching new ads all the time, your old ads would fatigue less, and your ability to make money would be a lot easier because you'd be attracting the same type of customer over and over again. So you'd be able to improve your business model and be less and less dependent on the ad agency and the creative to be successful. If an ad agency runs cost caps and tells you to make 1,000 ads and also provides the creative, understand that what they're doing is trying to make you be dependent on them in a way that also hurts your ability to make money as a business. And that is two conflicts of interest, and neither of them help your LTV. Neither of them help your second purchase rate. And all of them deplete your funnel. There's a reason why those people are struggling. And there's a reason why folks that come into disruptor school are often victims of one or two of them and then never go back to them ever again. And my hope is that, for less money than they charge you for 1 month of tanking your business and lying to you and giving you predatory billing practices, for less than 1 month, you could never need them again. And, to be fair, maybe you're at a spot where you don't have the time or it's not your best interest. And if you want to ultimately learn who is good and who is bad, because it is valuable, learning how to do something is a great way of not getting taken advantage of again. And in a marketplace where the thought leaders are basically just predatory used car salesmen with snake oil, understanding how to sniff out that bullshit could mean very much the difference between you being able to provide jobs and be happy and create opportunity and potentially have to give up on your dreams. All right. Let's keep going. What exactly do you mean by a video concept? For the 3 different vertical video ads, is it like targeting different audience or problems the product can solve? Yeah, absolutely. So video concepts, I might have one concept where I'm trying to target, let's say I'm trying to sell minivans. I might have one video concept that is UGC of a mom with 2 kids that are in ballet and soccer. That's a video concept. I might have another concept that is talking about the safety of the minivan. And I might have another concept about just like how pretty this thing looks driving around and, the miles per gallon that it gets. Those are 3 completely different concepts. Now, I'm going to have multiple versions of each concept to round out my 322 ads. And I'm going to focus on understanding how those all work together. But for this video of scale your Facebook ads fast with these 3 ads, that's what we're really getting to. So great question. I get asked it all the time and I really appreciate it. We're going to just plow through all of these and say one day, and then we're going to get back to the AI and automation bit and then keep going. Okay. I wish this channel do not show to more people, so kind of keep info only to us. Hey, I appreciate it, but what we do here is actually share everything to everyone. That's why we grow, and why all the cost cap mafia folks is basically just top of funnel for us, right? So 1 campaign, 1 ad set, 3 videos, 2 images, and 1 UGC on that ad set. Flexible ads. First off, we wouldn't use flexible ads for this. Scale your ad account. This is talking about the kinds of ads that you need. This would also generally talking about our winners ad set would be comprised of ads of this type and style. And we would be using flexible ads or dynamic creative tests after running a 4PI analysis against how these perform to improve the weakest link of that investment portfolio. What ad is not doing its job? Let's run 2 DCTs or flex ads to improve that. The scaling to 8 figures, Cheyenne. Oh, this guy, this dude, great interview and review. If you haven't seen this our video here from struggle to success, Cheyenne mastering Facebook ads, which is totally an AI created copy to get YouTube views. Thank you to vidIQ. Amazing. He went from should I be thinking about getting another job to how long until I can just sell this business? And going from should I give up on my dreams and fire my staff to how do I exit this D2C business that's now at 8 figures? That's an incredible transformation. And then that's what Cheyenne saw in the MBA program. And it's just an incredible journey. And it's so, it makes me so happy to see that kind of joy. And when people share that, it's just very, very giving and very honest. And that is an extraordinarily commendable trait. And he's a great dude with a great teeth whitening product out of the UK. 2024 guide to scaling any brand fast. This is an incredible video, one of the most popular we've had all year. Today's video was so insightful. Question: what happens to service industry, e.g. school? You only study ones where you get repeat customers in such a case, and then how do you scale? So a school, great point. A school, you could think of a school as a one-time purchase. My argument would be that very, very few people pay in full up front. One-time purchase, if you can put somebody on a payment plan, that's multiple transactions. If you can break even on payment number one of that payment plan, and then say it's a 20-year loan, or they're paying for 4 years, like that's a ton of reoccurring revenue. That's how car dealerships work, right? Like that's how banks work. Like cash flow is cash flow, regardless of how you acquire it. It's and I used to do that for online universities, right? Like, I mean, the first one I did was Ashford University. And it cost us about $1,200 to get somebody to join their business program. And believe me, their business program was more than $1,200. But that was basically, the interest on the loan on their first payment was the acquisition cost. Now, obviously, they got to pay teachers and they got your sales team and a bunch of other stuff. But like, that's how you scale. You figure out where it all works for you. Okay, so we promised we'd get back to AI and automation here. And then we're going to get to performance and growth. So AI and automation. Now, when it comes to AI, the number one AI tool in Facebook that everybody should be using is dynamic creative and or flexible ads. Now, there are a few people who are so exceptionally good at creative that they don't want to give up control. And I will say this, in order for you to beat the machine, you're going to have to be right 365 days a year, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for every customer. And if you're just the creative strategist or you're the creative house, if that's not your business, then that means I'm renting expertise from somebody else who is not thinking about me most of the time, and their choice has to be right all of the time. Or we could think about leveraging the tool the way that it was designed to be used and let Facebook make those choices for us, where we don't need that. We don't need the creative person to be right on the headline, the copy, the creative 100% of the time. But what they could do is say, here's a set of options. Here's another set of options. These two sets of choices are two dynamic creative 322 ads or flexible ads that are running. They're going to solve 80 to 90% of your problems 90 to 95% of the time. That person is going to win far more often. And you don't need to be the best in the world who's impervious from failure to be successful. Anybody can win when doing it that way. Now, when it comes to writing copy and other things, there are a lot of different tools out there. I'm a big fan of using AI to write copy. We have an intro to AI copywriting masterclass in the Facebook ads, in Disruptor School. Go check it out. If you're not ready for that, I also built a tool in ChatGPT that you can go in and see, but just so that you can see it real quick. In Disruptor School, if you want to, we have a masterclass right here. Combining human creativity with AI capabilities. It's like $350, tremendously valuable. If you pair that with building a brand GPT. You can value stack those two things, and it'll do like 90% of your copywriting work. And it means that everybody in the company can produce copy that sounds like the company for 100% of the efforts, which is incredibly value stacking. Now, if you want to get deeper into it, one of the things that I've done for you all, that if you're going to make ads, one of the things that I've done for you all is I've made this GPT that's available for anybody. And we have, thousands of people have used it. And I think we're not showing GPTs today. Well, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I will give it one more shot. Oh, here we go. Okay. So I built this for you. It's called the 322. If you type that in, it's 322 Method Ads Copywriter from Disruptor School. 4.5 rating. Thousands of people used it. I use this all the time to write my own ads. I've spent a lot of money on the ads that have come out of this and made a lot more. So those are the types of things that we need to be looking at. Now, when it comes to automation, you should be using automated rules to turn your budgets up and down and turn your ads on and off. You should 100% be doing that. If you're still touching budgets and optimizing your ads manually, you are wasting time and relying on your ability to be right, to be successful. A business is about installing systems. What's going to get you to $1 million is just working really hard. What's going to get you to 10 is installing systems. If you install systems earlier on, you're going to get to 10 a lot faster. You're not going to have to be the person that takes, 8 years to get to 8 figures. You could get there in 2. I've done that. It's about setting yourself up for success from day one. And that's what we really need to be focusing on. Okay, let's keep going because, man, we're still just one day back. There's so many comments. All right, I'm going to try to be faster here. Is that TikTok the same thing with the 3 ads? I'm not the person to be asking about TikTok ads. I would go to Joe Marston with SOAR with us. He's probably the best in the game that I know. Harsh says, can you just go through the campaign structure of this? Yes, we're going to have one ad set that's going to have the ads we recommend here, and then 2 other ad sets that are set up with 322 ads, specifically to test and improve upon the weakest link of the ads that we recommend here. And you watch this video to see the ads that we're talking about with the scale Facebook ads. You only need 3 kinds of ads to scale your Facebook to the moon. Check it out. And you run a 4PI analysis to see which team member is not doing their job, and you do creative testing to improve that. That's how you level up on a consistent basis. Launching 100 ads every week basically means you're playing the lottery and you're going to be treading water and slowly drowning. I've been working my copywriting at school. Okay, this is somebody just trying to sell me on something. Okay. Simple Facebook ad automation. By the way, if you want to learn automated rules, we have this video here that is super valuable in understanding how to build automated rules, and I literally do it live on the screen for you. The last rule is not eligible when using CBOs. Do you have a video or workaround for this? If you are facing an issue where your Facebook ad account will not allow you to run specific ads based on their efficiency in a CBO, instead of saying CPA needs to be 20, define that as volume of spend and number of transactions. So a $20 CPA is $100 spend and 5 sales. If you have $100 spend and less than 5 sales, then your CPA is over 20. So you can use those types of thresholds. And in Disruptor School, we have a lot of, in the MBA program, we have, in both of the Inner Circle and the MBA program, we have a lot of videos on that and a lot more detail to go into. So I won't do it today, but this video will walk through it step by step for you. I think my party channel probably checked out before that. Maybe not. But here to help. Matthias, thanks for the great content. I wanted to make sure in case I test creative images, can I put an ad set 3 totally different creative images? I was thinking of using the dynamic creative to put videos and images that are the same with just one detail that change each to test which works best. Okay. Don't change one little element of your ads. One little element doesn't matter. Like the color of the button doesn't matter. The color of the background is not what's going to change things. Maybe it will, but you're not spending enough for that to matter. Guaranteed. And you can put in totally different creative images. I'm totally down for that. Represent an idea 3 different ways. And if you need to get like, okay, that's going to let me know which one is the best to start with. And then maybe you drill down and they look more and more similar, but you're getting more and more laser focused on how to provide more value. That is the best answer I can give you in the shortest amount of time right now. Okay. We're back to 3 days. So when we talk about performance and growth marketing, there are 2 types of marketers. Okay. There are performance marketers. This is the cost cap mafia. These are the folks that are focused on making Facebook look as good as they can, and that constantly talk about it breaking, and that blame Facebook and you when everything breaks, but are ultimately saying, well, you need day 1 profitability. You need your ROAS to be good. My platform CPA isn't good enough to spend more. They're focused on their myopic definition of success, which is pretty much, I'm going to make the platform look as good as I can by taking as much credit for this, for your success as possible, by saying that the reason that everybody else did a good job is because of me. And I find those people to be valuable in-house if they understand where they fit. But service providers that do that are overwhelmingly toxic. And there's a reason why they lock you into multi-month or annual contracts. There's a reason why their contracts have teeth, like they will sue you if you cancel. And there's a reason why those agencies are losing staff and struggling to get people in higher parts of the company, and are leaning into more and more non-service based sources of income. And it's, well, if you can't, if your primary product doesn't sell, then you try to sell everything else because you're not good at what you do. You try to convince people you're good at other things. And it's pretty easy to tell who's good and who's bad based on how many different things are they doing. And how often do they pivot the hills that they choose to die on, because they've died 1,000 deaths. Growth marketers, on the other hand, do not give a damn what the platform looks like. They'll say things like, we want to make sure that your volume of profit grows on a consistent basis. They'll talk to you things like, Facebook's job is to amplify your business model. So let's make sure we understand your business model and maximize the marketing efficiency everywhere we possibly can, and then drive as much volume of a customer who we know we can convert into that business model. Growth marketers are ones who are not trying to run cost caps on everything. Growth marketers are ones who are not trying to launch 1,000 ads. Growth marketers are the ones who are not trying to promote 1 million different products. Growth marketers are looking at the bank account. Performance marketers open up their sales call, or sorry, it's not a sales call. Technically, it's like the weekly meeting with the agency. It's a sales pitch, and it opens with, please don't fire me. Here's how much of your money I spent, and here's how much credit for the success of the entire team I'm going to take. And again, just incredibly intellectually dishonest and knowingly disingenuous relationships. And that's why I have a problem with them. And I will just continue to try to call them out as much as I can. Okay. One more question here, and then we're going to go to the live chat. And I appreciate you all, Yash and Roman and Dennis and Matthias, for sticking around. I really do appreciate it. Okay. Okay. Charlie, what happens if I have a lot of different creatives I want to test? How do I test them when I should only have 2 DCTs in the ad set at one point in time? See what works organically. What helps in your emails? What improves your conversion rate on your website? What does well when you post in your Facebook group? What does well when you post it on your Instagram account? What TikTok does well? Validate your elements before spending your marketing budget, seeing if you should tank your business as usual to try an idea that might be fun. and ultimately be way more focused on what you're creating. Too much creative, too many ads is the death of so many businesses because they're focused on how do I trick somebody into buying from me instead of how do I make a business so good people want to spend money with me again and again. Performance versus growth. Very different things. Yeah. Cool. So that being said, let's I promised everybody in the chat we'd get to their questions, so let's do it. Here we go. Bro, 322 isn't working anymore. Any help? Doing static images you explain in Nick videos. I think this is Nick Terrio, who has been a big fan. I'm a fan of his, and he's clearly been a fan of mine, and we've hung out. And first off, Yash 322 is working. All of Facebook is struggling right now, and we know that because if you do nothing, it'll look better in 3 weeks. If you do nothing, it'll look substantially better in 2 months. It's not that 322 ads don't work. It's that the efficiency of the marketing platform is less because of inventory, supply, demand, and buying intent. And that will change. It happens this time of year, every single year. And it bothers me that thought leaders aren't telling you this. I called my shot on like the week it would happen in like April, and I was off by about 20 days. And that's I was off about 2 weeks, but hey, that's me. But I was telling people in late spring when this was going to happen. I saw somebody yesterday say, well, it hit. Taylor yesterday tweeted out, well, it hit. Like, bro, yeah, we know. Like, being a thought leader with access to a ton of data saying, hey, we're in the doldrums of the summer months is like telling me it's going to rain after the flood from the hurricane hits. And meanwhile, people like me are out here saying, hey, there's a hurricane that's going to hit. And then you're like, well, the entire town has been decimated with a flood. It seems like it's been raining. Like, it's just. And he got like 55 likes and a bunch of shares and reposts and stuff. And it's just like misery loves company. And thought leadership should be more valuable than like help people. Don't just sit there and yeah. Anyway, that's my problem. Roman, what do you do if an ad and doesn't perform in the 322? Do you delete it and start over, start a new batch? Yeah. If your 322 doesn't work, start a new one. Have a control group, improve that control group specifically by using 322 ads to improve the ad that is not doing its job. A 4PI analysis will tell you what ads are doing their job and which ones aren't. Which ones are doing them well and which ones aren't. Find your weakest link. Use 322 ads specifically to improve your weakest link. And then you can scale the entire portfolio. That's how you scale a business. You find the waste and you improve it. You don't abuse your strengths. And performance marketers abuse strengths, which is why ads fatigue and why the brands ultimately fail and why those marketing efforts aren't sustainable because they're running cost caps, pillaging your funnel and launching 1,000 ads, meaning you have no idea who's walking into your store and you've depleted the entire kinetic energy in your brand. But sometimes that takes more than 90 days, so they hook you for the next 3 months. Charlie, what separates noob agencies from the disruptors? How would you start an ad agency without an existing following? That's a real tough question, Dennis, to unpack. In general, I think, to be fair, most agencies are mediocre at best. But I think there's That's only because there's a lot of people that aren't good that started an agency because it's a good business. There's a lot of folks that saw Iman Gadzhi talking about how to build a 6-figure agency, not realizing that that doesn't actually mean how much money you make. It's just billings. But there's a lot of really good people out there. And how would I start an agency without an existing following is going to be tough. You're going to have to be a decent salesperson. I started by putting my own money on my own efforts. And then I showed that to other people. And then they asked me to do it for them. And within a year and a half, I went from promoting my band to spending $1 million a day for Nissan and CBS and working with Activision and Apple. I was just at the right place at the right time 10 years ago. But a lot in the inner circle and in the Disruptive School inner circle in the MBA program, we have a lot of folks that come in, and it's too much to unpack right here. But yeah, I wish I could give you a quick answer, but we're running up on time, and any answer I would give you right now would be so that I feel like I could check that box, and is honestly not the advice that you should write in stone and run with. Let's see here. Charlie, can you do a DCT with 3 different creatives with different visual, like square creatives and different designs? Sure. Just make sure they're all pushing the same thing. Every DCT should answer a question. All testing should answer questions. The question is not, is this a winning ad? That is a valueless question. Let's see. Does this work for local home improvement? Was the minimum ad spend? And lastly, CPM work in such a small area? Everything we've talked about, Christopher Knight, works for every business at every scale, because Facebook is ultimately, it's just software. Like, does Excel care if you're working on local home improvement or you're running a multi-billion-dollar business? No, it's software. It works the same for everybody. If you are on a small spend in a local area, I'd probably be focused in on that video that we did around, I think the title is called Cheat Code, or the thumbnail says Cheat Code, but the title is Scale Faster, Facebook Ads Tool Secret. I've got some more stuff coming out, but it's promoting Instagram posts and leaning into ManyChat and really just trying to target your local market. And I got a video that's just literally shows step by step and what I'm doing to promote, help with my wife's Pilates business. She has 2 studios, and she only needs to attract the attention of people who can come in and pay her. Yeah. All right, Elias, how do you add new creative to a scaling campaign? Add more ad sets or adding to existing ad sets? First off, we don't have scaling campaigns or testing campaigns. We have 1 campaign per business objective. And you have 2 dynamic creatives, or 2 3-2-2 ads, each in their own ad set against a ad set of proven winners. That's the scientific method. And you add new creative by launching new tests because you need to. And you do that by turning off existing tests because they've matured and you've gotten your questions answered. What time or budget would you give a campaign until you call it off? I don't turn campaigns off. We don't launch campaigns to see if they work. If I'm turning off a campaign, it's because I'm no longer focused on promoting that business objective anymore. And it means that is a fundamental shift in what I'm trying to do with my business. Yeah, sorry. There's more to unpack there, but I just don't have time right now. Let's see. Dennis, and this will be the last one for today, just because I'm over time. A product has a couple different personas. Launch DCTs with each with different angles appealing to different demographics. Exclusively one demographic gets the most ad spend. Does that mean to focus attention? What it means, one demographic gets the most ad spend. That means that your ability to make an ad that earns attention, that is the audience you can best make content to appeal to. That might not be the best for your business. It might be. But it's what you do well. In my experience, lean into what you do well. If you have DCTs and constantly one demographic is getting all the budget, learn how to turn that buyer into somebody who buys a second time, and then get more of that buyer. Otherwise, you're going to be really just kind of struggling. All right, everybody. Hey, check out, if you want to join the Facebook Ads MBA program, the thing's been going across the bottom all day here. But you can just go to disruptorschool.com/MBA and you can book a call to join the MBA program. Check out Disruptor School. We're giving free hats to everybody who spends over $150 right now. I think that's the ongoing promo. And Disruptor School Inner Circle is $100 for a 7-day trial and $1,000 a month after that. You can do that risk-free, cancel anytime. And our Begin to Win bundle is $7 for 7 days and then $50 a month after that. Do the Begin to Win bundle if you're not spending at least $300 a day. If you're spending $300 to $2,000, Disrupt the School Inner Circle is probably best for you. If you're spending over $2,000, the MBA program is probably best for you. What we have is a very clearly delineated set of options. You fall into one of 3 buckets. And if you don't want to do any of that stuff, you just need help in one specific skill, go to Disrupt Your School and check out our shop for the masterclass to solve the problem you have. More success, less stress. It is straightforward. So with that being said, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.